Hi, and welcome to October 2017 rewards, Patreon rewards video. Today I'm just going to be really quickly talking about all the rewards. On top of that, I'm going to be giving away this postcard to one of my patrons. And I just wanted to talk about my week also, and what I've been up to and what you could expect again from these rewards. So one of the things that I finally finished doing, as you can see, is this final page for my Patreon. I did this just to make it visual, what I offer on Patreon, and then moving forward I'm gonna actually do a little video for my Patreon, because right now it's just, well, just text and pictures, which is great, and this is what I wanted, but now it's time to also do a video, and it takes a while to do these videos. So I was also the other things that, let me see, what else do I got here? I've been working on sketching stuff for the leg lessons. This here is sketches for new characters that I'm designing for a new comic strip that I'm going to be working on to complement what my wife is doing with her novels and her characters, and so I'm just trying really hard to get these characters done. It's going to be a comedy based off of her characters. You don't really need to know anything about her novels because they're going to be kind of self-contained. However, it helps if you've read her novels to kind of understand who these characters are in real life, because these are in real life, because these characters are going to be goofier, funnier versions of the characters in her novels. So here's one of the final versions of the characters. This is the sketches that I was trying to solve. It was really difficult for me to figure out how to make her look the way that I wanted to. So here's the character right here, with and without a jacket. So when she goes into action, she puts on her jacket. Again, more legs, leg turnarounds, legs, and here's the lineup of all the girls. We've got Isabella over here. This is Nikon Praskovia. This is Kelsey Diviner from the House of Diviners novels. This is Arya from the Arya Knight novels. These two characters are actually rivals in the Great Tower trilogy. So let's continue. Again, more leg stuff. Oh, this month I am going to include a ton, and I mean a ton, of figure drawings. I realized that I hadn't put any figure drawings as rewards since May. So these are all the figure drawings that I've done since May. So just to catch up on the stuff, and I was using a compressed charcoal pencil. So a lot of the stuff for me personally, they kind of fell apart. Like I was struggling very much with trying to get the charcoal pencil to do what I wanted to, but sometimes they were more successful than others, and sometimes not so much. They just, yeah, so I don't know if you can tell the difference. I can tell the difference, and sometimes I was happy with what I did, and sometimes I absolutely wasn't. So you get to see the good and the bad here. So this was all done on newsprint pads with compressed charcoal sticks. Usually I'm used to charcoal pencils where I could sharpen it to a tight thin kind of spear shape, and it makes it easier for me to control. But because I was using charcoal sticks, which are these really blocky pieces of charcoal, it's much more difficult to control. This is the stuff that I did at the end of this week, so a couple of days ago. But this is where it ended. And usually when I have to start drawing something or a figure, when they're putting clothes on or they have drapery on, that's when things start falling apart a little bit for me, because I've got these formulas in my head working when I'm drawing a nude, but when they kind of tend to go out the window when you're drawing characters with clothes, because the clothes create different shapes, and it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different, so I struggled with that. Again, more legs, and these are going to be the men that I'm going to design. This is all I've got so far, so I just kind of drew all their heads, and then next I'm going to do their bodies. Here's the sketches for the heads of the girls. Here's a big version of Isabella. So what I did, and for silver patrons, what you're going to get is kind of like a paper doll version of these characters. So like there is a layer where they are nude, and when I said I don't know why I have two versions of her here. The reason I say in quotes nude is because there's no detail. It's just kind of paper doll type. But it's kind of like this. But what it does is it helps me able to change the costume really fast, so I don't have to. I have the basic body shape in a nude version, and then I could just put the clothes on them. So that's what you're going to get this month is a lot of the main thing that is going to be the figure drawings, and this lineup I think is the big thing that I was able to do a lot more work because I wasn't painting. The whole painting thing just takes forever. So like being able to just do simple drawings and sketches, that speeds things up. Just wanted to thank my new anybody that took me up on my coaching offer. So that would be Arif and Tim and Ingrid, and now it's I've got a new patron, Eric, and they all are now people who I'm helping out and coaching. And if you don't know what that means, it basically they've decided to take their drawing to the next level, and everybody that I'm coaching is at a different skill level. So I met up with them, I talked to them, and we're working on trying to get them to reach their personal goals. Some people want to do comics, some people want to do storybooks or illustrations or animation, and we're working on all that stuff just to try to get closer to their goals. And I'm giving them small assignments to do to improve where they're at so far. So I cater all the assignments specifically to them. Some of the assignments, I've discovered that there is a consistency in some of the things that everybody seems to be having trouble with. So it's actually really helpful, because what it's doing is that it's honing down for me what there are gaps in say my books that I could clear up or finesse, and it tends to be pretty consistent as to what needs to be worked on. So this is actually going to help me where I'm headed, which is I want to make a video course so that you could actually the information in my book is good information, but sometimes you want to see it actually visual. So excuse me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all that information visually, make it accessible, more accessible, and then I'll just build a little course around that. But first, it's really helping to wrap my head around what the real struggle is. Once you get to a certain level, and I gave you all the information you actually need But when you need a guide to like really break things down specifically to what it is your brain's not hitting, that's what the coaching comes in. And so there's one slot. There's 5 slots left. There's only, as of the time of this recording specifically, there's only 1 slot left. So if you really think that's something interesting to you, then I highly recommend you get on that. Right now, the coaching is discounted to $80. Beginning in November, it's going to go up. So just thought I'd give you a heads up if you want to at least start off at a $20 less than you will after November. But hopefully what we're working on and how we're working on it is going to be helpful. So I've had, and because of this, I've had to change my routine. So now I tend to record things late at night for them because sometimes I got to record a lot of stuff during the week, on the weekends, like this video, and like all the other YouTube videos that I tend to do. So I've been doing a lot of drawing on the go, a lot of videos on the go, and it's very likely that I'm going to start doing that for some of the YouTube stuff. And I have promised that I'm going to do a day in the life kind of following me around, just to kind of thing, and stop just doing videos where I'm sitting here talking, but I'm going to do a little bit stuff that's a little bit more following me around. I'm at the park, or I'm doing stuff or sketching outside or whatever it is, and having conversations that way with you. But I just haven't done it. Like I've taken the camera out and I started like recording stuff with my family just so I could start getting used to the idea of having the camera on me and recording what's going on. So little baby steps for me trying to get to that point, because I want to invite you to see what a life doing what we do is like. And it's especially because I don't know if you know, but I do have 6 kids, on top of the fact that I work all day and during doing storyboards. And yeah, it gets pretty hectic. I'm also helping my wife with her novels. Anyway, so that's what you're going to expect from this month. And I am going here, let me see. So this is the drawing that I did, this postcard I did this month. And there is going to be a version of this, a digital version of this for my patrons. But it doesn't look like this. The digital rough version that I did. For silver patrons, you're going to actually see how the struggle happened. This was really, really difficult for me to do. I don't know what it was. You will see in the original version, it was pulled out more. You could see more of her body. She was wearing having a shield and all this other stuff, and then it just fell apart. I just didn't like the drawing at all. The hair was different. So after a big long struggle, I finally came down to this drawing, and then I finished when I inked it and drew it. This is way better than my first original rough digital version. So as a patron, you're going to see the digital version that I did not like. As a silver patron, you're going to get to see the struggle. You're going to get to see all the layers of different versions that I'm not showing anybody, except unless you have silver, silver patron. And so yeah, so this is what you will receive as the giveaway, and I've already taken the name out of the hat. So without further ado, the person who I am going to be giving this postcard to is Crunch. That's his handle on Patreon. It's not his real name, I'm assuming, but yeah, Ruuuunch. Crunch! You will be receiving this in the mail. I'm going to get in contact with you so I could get some kind of address or of your choice to send this to, and this is your yours to keep. It's original art. This is hand inked by me. You could even, if you could see, like you could see the ink lines here. They like pop. So it really has like the thickness of the ink just right there. You can see it. So it's original art. You can, you know, if you want, it's postcard size. You can put it on a photo picture frame. You know, kind of have it on your cubicle or in your office or whatever you need to have them in. So it's a nice little show-off piece if you want. So this is yours, Wonder Woman drawing. So I'm going to be doing a lot more postcards and original art from all my patrons before I actually start another Simpsons poster giveaway. So thank you so much for being my patron. Thank you everybody for supporting me. I'm really happy to have you guys on board, and I will see you next time. All right, bye.